What's going on, guys? I am with the Moose, and today we have another episode of Cheap Cuts. This time we're looking at wide receivers, the budget wide receivers. Something less than 15,000 coins is kind of the area I'm looking for in this video. And I have a bunch of options for you guys, whether you want a fast receiver, a tall receiver, somebody that can go up and get the ball. I have a lot of options in this video, so let's get it started right now. We're going to take a look at Marquise Goodwin. He has a silver card, which is obviously very, very cheap, 400 coins right here. Which is obviously your extreme budget, and honestly you could use this. I'll take a look at it in a second, but this is the card we really want to look at, the Football Outsider. I'm going for around 6,000 coins or 7,000 coins. It kind of fluctuates because it's kind of rare. It came out really early in the season, but if we compare him, I do have his silver card on my team, I believe, so we can compare him and look at exactly what he has better and what the stats are. He's one faster, 96 speed. That's insane. The catching went way up, the spectacular catch is way up, the release is way up, route running is way up, catching traffic went way up. So honestly, if I were you, if you want a Marquise Goodwin, I'm looking at this Football Outsider one. The only way I would want this silver one is if I really just started playing Ultimate Team and I just need a fast receiver that can go downfield and get a catch. The thing is, he's not going to catch that much in the silver card. The gold card is not too bad. The silver card is going to be kind of tough to catch the ball with, but if you just want a really fast receiver that you can kind of get in open space or maybe use as a kick returner, this silver card might be for you. But honestly, I would go for the gold if you can. He's only 6,000 coins, but I'd try to save up if I were you. Another very good fast wide receiver is this Mike Wallace. It doesn't really matter which version, Road to the Playoffs or base gold, really does not matter whatsoever, unless you want it to fit your style. For instance, the Road to the Playoffs is ground and pound, while the base edition is speed run. So just take a look at that if you're going to pick up this card, but overall not that big of a deal. Very nice item though, 95 speed, and then the catching is just on par, pretty much with that Marquise Goodwin. Maybe even a little higher, maybe a little lower actually, but I believe he's a little taller. Marquise Goodwin was 5'8", whereas Mike Wallace is 6 feet, which is very pretty good for a receiver. It's pretty solid. Usually 6'2", 6'3" is considered tall, and all my receivers are 6'2", all the good ones I have. But Mike Wallace is a kind of a blend of height and speed. Very nice item, and I definitely recommend it, especially only for 2,000 coins. If you need, a bona fide #1 receiver for, your beginner team, I think Mike Wallace can fit that job just fine. Similar to Marquise Goodwin, Travis Benjamin has a couple cards that you might want to take a look at. This silver card, again, if you really have to do stuff on a budget, you have 0 coins really, this Travis Benjamin could be okay for you because he's really fast. His stats are really bad in some other areas. The 48 release is horrible, 64 route running is bad. He's not going to be able to catch very much, so I would definitely recommend not getting him if you can and going for this Road to the Playoffs version. It is very nice, only for around 2,500 coins. Definitely a nice item, 95 speed. 87 catching traffic, and then the route running release actually went up a lot on this version, so definitely a nice item. Another speed wide receiver if you guys wanted another option. This is definitely a choice for you. If I had to recommend between him and Mike Wallace, I'd probably take Travis Benjamin and then Mike Wallace second and probably Marquise Goodwin third, just because Marquise Goodwin is so short. That's my only kind of trepidation I have with that card. But overall, all items are very good for their price, and I definitely think they could all be really good additions to any budget team. Another item we're going to look at right now is Jordan Matthews, the Ultimate Feast version. Only 5 up in the auction house, but it still only goes for like 2,500 coins. Pretty nice item here for the price. He's 6'3", that's crazy. It's one of the taller receivers in the entire game. I mean, obviously your Calvin Johnson, 6'5", Vincent Jackson, players like that are going to be better. But this for 2,500 coins, I mean, it's almost a no-brainer. 92 speed's also pretty solid for being that fast. 90 catching is nice, 88 spectacular catch, 92 catch in traffic. This is a very good item. His release is kind of bad, so it's going to be hard to get him on a streak and stuff like that. And his route running isn't great at 80, but overall this is a very solid item for the price. With the height and the speed and the catching traffic combination, definitely a nice item, and I highly recommend it. This Holmes could also be a choice for you. Also kind of, the height kind of receiver. We got 6'5" right there. I heard a bunch of people call him the budget Calvin Johnson. 6'5", 92 speed, 90 catching, 86 catching traffic. So obviously the catching traffic's a little lower than Jordan Matthews, but everything else is on par. The release is better. The route running is just a little bit lower. I think Jordan Matthews had 80. And the spectacular catch, I believe, is higher by 3. So if I were to choose between these two, I would pick Holmes. Unless you want to save the extra couple thousand, because he is going for around 4,500 coins. Because it is a pretty solid item. I had this card on my team for a while actually, and he is extremely good. especially for the price. 4,500 coins is more, or way less than really what he should be going for, because he is a pretty solid receiver. Even though he's only an 83 overall, don't let it deceive you. He's a very, very good card. The last item we're going to take a look at today is this base elite Vincent Jackson, going for an 8 to 10,000 coins. Very nice item for the price. We'll take a look at the stats right now. He's 6'5", another really tall receiver, 87 speed. Obviously that's going to suffer a little bit. You're going to have to kind of deal with that, or rock Andre Holmes or Jordan Matthews. They both have the speed plus the height. But I wanted to give you guys this Vincent Jackson in case you wanted an elite on your team for that's pretty cheap and also is pretty good. 92 catching. The elusiveness is, I don't really care that much about elusiveness. Obviously that just means that like once he catches the ball, he's not going to be able to do as much as other receivers would. 92 spectacular catch, 95 release though. That is crazy. That's going to make up for your speed a lot. He's going to get a really good release off the line and be able to get downfield easily. 89 route running is solid, and then 93 catch and traffic is very good. I definitely recommend this card highly if you need a number 1 wide receiver. He is fantastic. The only thing he's lacking is the speed, but overall this card is magnificent and should be able to do wonders for your team if you are rocking a budget squad. But that will do it for the video, guys. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like down below. I think in the next video we're going to do a defensive position, so let me know what you want to see in the comments down below. Most people had wanted wide receivers, so that's why I did this one. But let me know in the comments what defensive position you want me to do, and I will get that out for you guys. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you later.